What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing another Manchester City live watch along. We're going to be doing the watch along of the game between West Ham United and Manchester City in the Premier League. It's our penultimate game of the season. It is a biggie, ladies and gentlemen. Manchester City needing 3 points. 3 points here put City into a very, very strong position when it comes to potentially winning the Premier League. But before I do crack on with this live watch along, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Aiming for 25,000 subscribers, now less than 1,500 subscribers away from that goal. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Social media links, they're in the description below, and also on the yellow banner too, if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too, if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. Leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this live watch along. But once more, on that push towards 100 likes, we're currently on 21 likes, so 79 likes to go to get to 100 likes. So if you haven't already, please leave a thumbs up. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to let me know your thoughts. If you're watching this after the game, then in the comments below. If you're watching live right now, then just let me know your thoughts in the live chat, including your score prediction for this game. I can see we've got Dudley in on the chat, much appreciated. Welcome, Dudley. We've got King in on the chat. Welcome, thank you very much for tuning in. Elated, going for a 5-1 victory today for Manchester City and a Jack Grealish masterclass. We've got Thomas in on the chat, much appreciated. Welcome, Dact as well. Thank you very much for tuning in, much appreciated. Mixid also tuning in, helping to moderate the chat. So thank you very much for that. That is much appreciated. Mixid, I hope you enjoy AFC Final today. I don't imagine you'll be here for the whole game, so thank you very much for that. Do let me know where you're tuning in from and also your score prediction. Dalton going for a 3-1 victory for Manchester City today. On a last note, I wanted to give a big shout out to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by OneFootball. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date. So thank you very much to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. It is much appreciated. If you want to go and check that out, then the link is in the description. It's also in the live chat. So if you want to go and check that out, that will be much appreciated. OneFootball will keep you up to date with all the latest football news, transfer news, as well as the latest score statistics, live league tables, and much more as well. All your footballing needs will be met with OneFootball. OneFootball is a free app to download, and anyone that does download OneFootball using my link does help to support the future content created here on my channel. There we go. So we are going to head over to the OneFootball app right now, and we are going to go and have a look at the teams for this game. Excited for this game. It's going to be a biggie. So we'll start first with our opponents. I'm just going to go for who I think is going to win this game. I'm going for Manchester City, which 75% of people have agreed with, 4% going for a draw and 21% for a West Ham win. For West Ham today, they line up with Fabianski in goal, Kufal starting on the right, Cresswell on the left, and Dawson and Zuma going through as their centre-backs. It's Soucek and Declan Rice starting as their two central midfielders today. Looks like it's going to be Jarrod Bowen starting on the right, Pablo Fornals on the left, and Lanzini going through the middle with Michail Antonio starting up top for West Ham. On the bench for them today, they've got Kral, Masuaku, Yarmolenko, Okafor, Ryan Fredericks, Areola, Johnson, Vlasic, and also Mark Noble. Mark Noble's last ever home game for West Ham today. I imagine he'll be coming off the bench. Your Manchester City starting 11 for today is number 31, Ederson starting in goal. It's Joao Cancelo starting at right back and Oleksandr Zinchenko at left back. Fernandinho is fit to go and he starts at centre back alongside Aymeric Laporte. That is big. He's them two starting at centre-back for Manchester City. We're speaking about it being Nathan Ake and Rodri in the build-up to this game. Rodri starting as City's defensive midfielder instead. It is Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva as expected in the middle also. And then it is change up top, which we spoke about in my preview as well. Mahrez on the right, Jack Grealish on the left, and Gabriel Jesus starts up top as Manchester City rotate their attack. It does mean players like Phil Foden and Raheem Sterling will be good to go for next week. Luke Mbete on the bench for City, Nathan Ake, Raheem Sterling, Conrad Egan-Riley, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, Zack Steffen, Ilkay Gundogan, and Romeo Lavia. Lots of young players there, so lots of opportunity, particularly if Manchester City do get themselves an early goal and end up building on that. That's what Manchester City need to be aiming for in this game. My score prediction, I'm going today for a 3-1 victory for Manchester City, matching what Dalton has said. I'm going for 3-1 Manchester City. Mixed will be disappearing pretty soon. He's going for a 2-1 victory for Manchester City. Thank you very much, and do go and enjoy the game. I do hope that Filed go and win. Dad, thanks very much for tuning in as well. I am okay, thank you very much. How are you? Just extremely tired. It's a very busy little period for JSGC right now, and it will be like that for the next 4 weeks or so. I'm thinking of just hard graft, get through the next 4 weeks, and we can enjoy the rewards from there. But yeah, I am very well. Dad going for a 3-2 victory today for Manchester City. Any victory today for Manchester City sends us 6 points clear, with Liverpool having 2 games to play, and Liverpool play on Tuesday, knowing that they need to win both their games and hope that Manchester City slip up somewhere. It's a lot for them to do. A win here for City, to me, puts Manchester City's hands onto the Premier League trophy, and that's what we need to aim for. Andy, hello, thank you very much for tuning in. It is much appreciated. There we go. So 27 likes in. We're now 73 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Now 72 likes away. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball, link in the description, and also in the live chat. I'll roll my promo video once more for you guys. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date. So thank you very much there to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. If you want to stay up to date with all the latest football news, transfer news, as well as the latest scores, statistics, live commentary, live league tables, what channel you can view the game on because of OneFootball. I know today's game is live on Sky Sports here in the UK. If you want to go and check that out, then do feel free. If you do check out my previews, BetMate are currently running a pot for this game, £350. You want to go and join the code WHU-MCI. Go and join that and go and change your teams up if you've already selected your team, so rotation here isn't catching you out. And lastly, don't forget as well to subscribe 1,500 subscribers, away from my goal of 25k subscribers. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. I did roll before my little pre-match entertainment. I hope you guys did enjoy that. That was me trying the strongest spirit in the world, Spiritus, which was very entertaining in a shot. So I do hope you did enjoy that. I do have some half-time entertainment all lined up for you guys as well, so I hope that you will enjoy that one, as Thomas is going for a 3-0 victory today for Manchester City. I am just having some technical issues on being able to watch this game. I have got backups and everything, so I will be able to watch this game. I am just going to, from now up until kickoff, try and get that sorted, so I would appreciate if you would just bear with me. I will put on some entertainment, actually, which is brought to you by my partner channel, Mixid, while I just get these technical issues sorted. This is Mixid doing the how to make a Guinness and Blue WKD cocktail called the Oil Slick, which I thought was appropriate. Manchester City, everyone likes to call us the Oil Club. Well, here's the Oil Slick. Enjoy it.
What's going on, guys? Mixid here, back again for another drinks video, really. This not really a cocktail. So what I'll be making is a Guinness and Blue WKD mixed in together. So I'll layer on the Blue WKD with Guinness laid on top, and I will give you my opinion on it. And I will give you my opinion on it. Is it any good? So we'll fill the glass. So we'll fill the Guinness glass half full with a Blue WKD. I don't know what to think of this drink. It's an unusual combination, Guinness and Blue WKD. So we'll slowly layer it on by doing a slow pour over this big spoon. Still think this is too frothy. Bloody wind. Quite a talent trying to layer on in wind. There we go. Oh, when I just love wearing. There we go, that'll do. Cheers. Now for the most important thing. How does it taste, lads? Oh, that's unusual. Oh, that's weird, mate. Certainly tastes it. Because it's a really, really weird taste.
Are you keen?
It's something I drink once. It's not something I'd keep doing like that. I drink once. For me, it's probably about a 3 out of 10. I'm not really keen on it. It's like a blueberry or a raspberry Guinness taste. That's what it tastes like. Not keen because I don't think you should mix it because it's not really a nice combination. But it's up to you. That's my personal opinion. I'm not keen on it. Or it's a 3 out of 10. I wouldn't recommend this. This Guinness tastes like shit. Because it looks nice. Because it's very nice to look at. Don't get me wrong, with the Guinness laid on top and the blue WKD at the bottom. But the taste is just weird. Guinness and Blue WKD. Strange taste. And I'm annoyed that I've kind of wasted a Guinness can on it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of it. Would you drink this? Guinness and Blue WKD. Because I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixid for more videos like this. If you want to see any more combinations of Guinness, and if you have not tried, as I've done Black and Tan before, Guinness and lager. Done quite a few. Because I just thought I'd try it. I've seen it about. Thought, okay, that looks interesting. But that is the Guinness Blue and WKD, and I will see you guys for the next drinks video. Cheers.
So thank you very much there to Mixid for providing the match entertainment in the build-up to kick-off. I have tried to get the technical issues sorted. I thought I was making progress. Turns out I wasn't making any progress. Failed to get my thing sorted, so contingency it is. I'll be honest, we're lucky that we're getting a stream at all with all the technical issues that I've had going on for the last week and a bit or so. So I'm very thankful that we're very near the end of the season. So I've got a prolonged period of time to try and get things sorted before the start of the new season. But there we go. I won't bore you with the details. So yeah, there we go. So Mark Noble just saying his farewell to the London Stadium, just saying farewell to all of the fans who just come out onto the pitch before everybody else, for the West Ham fans to say goodbye. Like I said, I am expecting to see him come off the bench to have his one final appearance for West Ham at home, as the players now are making their way out of the tunnel. I haven't got a drink, so I'm going to go and get a drink very quickly. There's a display, a nice display of Noble 16 there as well. The players are just making their way out of the tunnel. So I'm just going to quickly go and get a drink, so we're all ready and set up. I do apologise for this, so I will be just one moment. Ham coming forward. Cross comes in from West Ham. And Ederson gets a good hand onto it, and it's out for the first corner of the game. Right, I'm hoping that we're back in business. I'm hoping that we're back in business. Can everybody hear me loud and proud? Let me know if you can hear me loud and proud. That'd be much appreciated. Yeah, we're all back on. I do apologise. What's happened is, so corner comes in, and it should get cleared by Manchester City. Yeah, what happened is, so my house As the long ball comes over and header over the top of the crossbar from West Ham. Wow. City needs to be careful here. So yeah, what the situation is our internet at my house has been down now for well over a week. I've been relying on a free trial for a week to do my live streams, and it's actually been very good, but because I'm tied down to a contract for my internet provider, we cannot cancel that until we've gone 30 days without without having any service before we're able to cancel the contract free of charge. I think we're currently on day 9 or 10, so we've still got to wait another 20 days, which of course takes us past the end of the season. So I've had to come back to my old haunts here for internet access to get stuff sorted for this weekend. I've managed to get all that sorted, but earlier on today, where I am right now, internet access went down, so I'm now relying on public Wi-Fi here to be able to stream, which is where the buffering's coming from, because obviously the internet isn't brilliant, and I've been told that the internet's not going to be back on here until around 3:30. So winning is something that isn't happening on mine. We're not winning. That is fair to say. So, as a free kick here for Manchester City. De Bruyne stood over it. It's a good crossing position, this, for Manchester City. Which KDB stood over. He's going to let Mahrez put a ball in instead. It's not the greatest ball, and it is headed clear by West Ham. Thanks everyone for tuning in, much appreciated. Another chance here for City to put something into the box. Bernardo does eventually, headed clear by West Ham. Second header comes forward as well. De Bruyne does really well to get that under control. A good tackle there from Declan Rice is only going to be mopped up by Zinchenko. City pressing West Ham and pushing them further back into their own penalty area. Here is Bernardo now to Grealish. Finds De Bruyne in a bit of space. Shot comes in. It's a wicked shot, blocked. And a header from Laporte goes wide. Evening, John. Or afternoon, should I say. It's 2 o'clock. Afternoon. Thanks very much for tuning in. Yeah, we're back here. I remember leaving and saying it might be my last time being here, but I'm sure it won't be. I'll be back here again at some point. And here is that some point. We're back. Don't know what's happening next weekend if I don't have any internet. We'll see. Keep that with me. Stay tuned. Just been informed on here that Tottenham have beaten Burnley. And that sends Tottenham into a top 4 spot, putting pressure onto Arsenal. And a bit of a disaster that for Burnley. Currently in the relegation zone. This is good play from City. So City seem to have weathered the early West Ham storm for the first couple of minutes. And City have really grown into this game. Like I said, City might be playing with not the strongest defence that we can put out due to injuries. Obviously, it's a lot better for us having Fernandinho and Laporte fit for this game. We're facing the prospect of it being Ake and Rodri. So that's a bonus for Manchester City. How fit these two players are and whether they can make it through the full 90 minutes remains to be seen. I've got a feeling that Nathan Ake is going to be needed heavily during this game and potentially next week against Aston Villa as well. I'm hoping City can win here to put less pressure on us for next weekend. All depending on how, of course, Liverpool get on in midweek. In an ideal situation, Man City win this game and Liverpool drop points on Tuesday night. I know people say it's anticlimactic, but I just want the Premier League title done and dusted so we can have a big party next Sunday, is what I'm thinking. Anyway, West Ham building from the back through the first 8 minutes. They've weathered the Man City storm. City have weathered the West Ham storm. It's been an interesting little battle, this one. As we're already up to 40 likes now, everybody. So we're 60 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. I can't currently, my thing seems to be struggling to get the live chat. I'm not sure what's going on. Really struggling with technical issues today. I apologise for that. That's a great ball across from Rodri. It's unlucky. It runs just out of play, so it is going to be a goal kick to Manchester City. The City fans that are making the voices heard. Gary Neville saying there isn't much atmosphere here considering it's Mark Noble's last game. He said it's a bit subdued from the West Ham fans and all you can hear is the Manchester City fans. As the linesman's down. The linesman is down. The referee's blown his whistle. They're offering him a bit of physio support. He's done something to his shin. Said he's okay. Don't know what's happened there. Let's have a look. I think Aymeric Laporte's accidentally stood on the linesman's leg. Yeah. Laporte with a stamp on the linesman. I think he's okay. Good to go. Walking a bit gingerly, the linesman. He might need to be subbed. A good pass from Zinchenko into the channel for Jesus. He turns really well. He has a shot and it's blocked. And West Ham can pick that loose ball up. Although, worked well for Manchester City. And unlucky there that City can't keep it in play. And it is out of play for a throw into West Ham. Just on the edge of their own penalty area. That was well worked, that by Manchester City. As we're now 44 likes in. And 56 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Link at the top of my description. It's also my pinned comment as well. If you want to go and check that out. Here is Aymeric Laporte now. To Bernardo Silva. Here's Oleksandr Zinchenko. Gives the ball to Grealish. Back to Zinchenko. Worked well here by City. Bernardo to Zinchenko. Just thought it's the last time we'll see the Manchester City third kit this season with the Man City written across it. It's the last time we'll see it. We'll be back in our blue next weekend against Aston Villa. Means we won't see our white away kit as well again for this season. I remember about 20 years ago, they used to sometimes, the kits, put them over 2 seasons rather than 1. Isn't uncommon for that to happen, but doesn't really happen anymore. Commercially, you want to release as many shirts as possible to sell as many shirts so you make more money. Here is Aymeric Laporte now, particularly for the mass production that Premier League clubs can produce. Certainly ones with the growth size that Manchester City have got. City working it well. Here's Fernandinho. Tries to ping a ball forward. They've done really well to control this City, but West Ham work hard. They win the ball back. They get it clear. It's only to be given back to Manchester City, though. Fornals, it was the culprit giving the ball back, but West Ham work hard. They get the ball back and they can clear it long. Here is Antonio. It's a good tackle by Manchester City. City working hard here to keep West Ham pinned. Look for the space. Look for the space. Here is KDB going into congested traffic. Gives it to Cancelo. not much support. Mahrez now gives it to Laporte. Zinchenko's not stretching that pitch. Grealish is. Here is Grealish now. Gives it to Zinchenko. He has to centralise it. Going backwards. Fernandinho, 40 yards out. Cancelo thought about doing a centralised cross into the box. Chooses not to. Mahrez goes for a low ball in. Cleared by West Ham. Laporte looked like he was lining that one up for a shot. Decides against it. Works it out wide. Bernardo now to Zinchenko. Crossing position for him. Chooses not to cross it. Back to Bernardo Silva. Back to Oleksandr Zinchenko on the left-hand side. They're moving it centrally. Rodri now to Fernandinho. There's the run on the right-hand side of Cancelo. Volleys and drills it back across. Headed clear by West Ham. Snuffed out should be by Manchester City. And it is out for a throw-in to West Ham. So good defending by them. Just through the first 14 minutes here at the London Stadium. I nearly said Upton Park then. Through the first 40 minutes here at the London Stadium. It is 0-0. City have dominated the possession, nearly 80% of possession. Fernandinho's not happy with Michail Antonio. Felt like there was a little elbow. Antonio felt like there was a free kick on him from Fernandinho, and the referee says, play on. City can come forward with the football now. Here is Bernardo Silva inside the West Ham half. About 40 yards out from goal, slightly to the left of centre. Gives it to Zinchenko on the left-hand side. He has to work it backwards. Here's Laporte now. Gives it to Grealish on the left wing. He's cutting inside to the edge of the penalty area. Does a very nice switch of play to the right-hand side. Cancelo can get it under control. A good bit of control that by Cancelo. Gives it to Mahrez. Here's Fernandinho for Manchester City. Being brought forward. Laporte thought about the shot. Goes for the cross instead. Headed across. Controlled by Manchester City. And then headed clear by West Ham. Bernardo Silva felt like there was a foul for Manchester City and should have been a penalty. He's about the only City player appealing then. West Ham can clear their grounds as they've weathered the first phase of the game. The first 10-15 minutes are through and it is 0-0 here. So that will be encouragement to West Ham trying to chase a potential Europa League place for them next season. Trying to shore up at least European football with a European Conference League place as well to be decided on this game. And of course City chasing the Premier League title. City know that with a point here we will be top next weekend going into the final Premier League game at home where we will take on Aston Villa. A win here for City, and City, they've got one hand on the Premier League trophy with Liverpool under severe pressure when it comes to trying to win the Premier League. As it is, still 0-0. West Ham will be encouraged, Liverpool will be encouraged right now, and the longer this game stays at 0-0, the more West Ham will fancy themselves. Cross comes in from Manchester City, and it's not gathered up by Fabianski at the first attempt. Second attempt, it's spilled. Grealish is judged to have fouled Fabianski. I just think he tries to collect the ball and the impact of him falling to ground makes that ball come loose. I don't think there's a foul in that. City were appealing Jesus getting kicked in the back of the leg. 16 minutes in, the applause comes out for their captain, Mark Noble. Everyone applauding, but Mark Noble. He watches on from the bench pensively. He will come on in this game, by the way. Here comes City and Aymeric Laporte. This is good from City now. Jesus tries to thread a pass in. It's intercepted. And Antonio's got a lot to do to get round Manchester City here. But he's attempting it and he's doing really well. And he's into the penalty area. A sliding challenge comes in. City still haven't got hold of the football. They eventually get a free kick against Antonio on Cancelo. He charges towards the referee. Cannot believe it. It's like a bull in the china shop right now, Antonio. Done really well there, surrounded by 5 Manchester City defenders. City don't have the pace of Kyle Walker, of course, with his injury, which means Antonio can just charge past Manchester City's defence. Fernandinho went sliding in there, needlessly. It's a dangerous one. Getting a replay of what Kurt Zouma just did to Gabriel Jesus, where he just kicks him in the back of the leg when he falls over. Gary Neville thinks it's a penalty. There's a clear kick. There's clearly not getting the ball, and Jesus clearly goes to ground. Only Bernardo Silva was convinced it was a penalty. I don't even think Jesus appealed too heavily for the penalty. Yet, I'm sure if Man City surrounded the referee and asked the question for VAR to have a look at it, then more could have been made of that. But as it is, City have continued to play instead. It's not a great pass from Laporte towards De Bruyne. Cut off by West Ham. And West Ham look to try and stretch Manchester City, and they're trying to run and use their pace. Cut out well by Laporte, who just gives it back to Ederson in goal. Nearly 20 minutes into this game, they're 0-0. We're up to 53 likes. We're 47 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball, link in the description and also in the live chat. Is my pinned comment in the live chat. If you want to go and download it using that link, that would be much appreciated. City into the penalty area. Cross comes in and not dealt with by anybody. And just fizzled out of play for a goal kick to West Ham. So as it is, we're still waiting for the first decent opportunity of this game. Neither keeper being tested as of yet. So long ball forward from West Ham. Controlled by Manchester City, and it's Kevin De Bruyne. Plays a ball forward, cleared by Fabianski, having to come off his line and just whack that clear. Always got to be on it when there's a Kevin De Bruyne around. Forward come Manchester City into the West Ham half once more. Zinchenko's in a good position to cross. He again opts not to. Bernardo now. Back to Zinchenko. Again chooses not to put the cross in or attempts the cross. Gives it to Grealish. Man City have just got to work their way around. So here comes Grealish now. Rodri. Once more, Man City just probing. A switch of play from centre to the right. Cancelo. Drives forward. Drills one across. Gathered up by West Ham. And they can come away with the ball. It's a good tackle by Manchester City. And a shot comes in and a deflection takes it over the crossbar. A shot it was by Rodri. And it's out for a corner to Manchester City. And very nearly goes into the back of his own net. Because that was close from the deflection. But as it is, just a corner. But more defending for West Ham to do. 22 minutes in. De Bruyne wants the ball. And gets the ball. City choose to walk their corner. Here is De Bruyne. Zinchenko now. Back to De Bruyne. First time cross in. Cleared. Rebounded well to Bernardo, and another shot comes in, and it's very unlucky from Fernandinho in playing what may well be his penultimate game for Manchester City. Desperately unlucky that from Fernandinho. And it's over the top of the crossbar, and it's a goal kick. I think the keeper has that covered. Leeds are behind at Ellen Road to Brighton and a big goal at the bottom of the Premier League. It's looking like if Everton can start to just maybe get a point or get a win today, may just start looking like it's going to be a shootout between Leeds and Burnley as a ball comes in over the top and West Ham are in and around the keeper. 1-0 West Ham. The flag stays down, I think. It looks miles offside, but it's 1-0 West Ham here. Round Ederson and West Ham take the lead here at the London Stadium, and Manchester City have a lot of work to do. I won't change things up because I'm going to wait for the offside flag. Man City aren't happy about this goal. Let's have a look. And he's onside, I think. I think he's onside here, and this is 1-0 West Ham. A good finish from West Ham as well, and Man City now have work to do. Work to do. It's a great finish. Man City are behind. The goal is given. It is onside. It did look onside. It's poor defending from Manchester City with a defensive line. West Ham fancy that if they can just run onto the back of the City line, that you'll be in and you'll have opportunities. Does well to round Ederson. It was a very tight angle in the end, and Man City here need to wake up and sort it out. De Bruyne puts a cross in, flicked up. I think we're going to go back to that what should have been a Manchester City penalty, which is a very big call in this game. Goes against City, and West Ham take the lead, and Manchester City now have 65 minutes to find 2 goals. Otherwise, Liverpool will be thinking to themselves there's a glimmer of hope. They'll certainly be fancying themselves if this stays at 1-0. Thankfully, Manchester City do have the goal difference, which Liverpool are going to have to give a real big score against. There's another ball over the top from West Ham for Man City to deal with. Laporte should deal with it. But yeah, Man City will be relying on Southampton to try and keep the score down against Liverpool, where if they can keep it down to 1 or 2, then Man City, even with a loss here, remain firm favourites for the Premier League. But it makes things nerve-wracking when it doesn't need to. A loss here, and strictly speaking, it is back in Liverpool's hands as well. Man City needs to be careful here. It's a great ball from City to Zinchenko, edge of the penalty area. Cross comes in, cleared by West Ham. Very good with the defending, West Ham. Not been in the best of form, but they did pick up a win in their last game, which I think's just given them a bit of confidence, and they know with the final home game of the season, they're motivated, they've got a point to prove, they've got Europa League football going on here. This isn't an easy game for Manchester City. Like I said, I'm going to go back to my points that I was making before the Wolves game. Wolves away, West Ham away. They're 2 pretty difficult away games. Games where I've been looking at it thinking 6 points from them games is excellent. It's brilliant. 4 points, not too shabby. I'll take that because it keeps everything in City's hands going into a home game next weekend against Aston Villa. A loss here, though, is a disaster, and going 2-0 behind for Manchester City is a disaster. Yet there's a man over here for West Ham if they can find him inside the Manchester City half now. City have got bodies back. And that's good defending from Zinchenko, and City should get hold of the football here, and do, and City can come away with it now. Here is De Bruyne, who's going to look to try and spring a counter-attack. It's brilliant defending, though, from West Ham, and they can have the ball back. Work to the left-hand side. More defending for City to do. Into the penalty area. Cross comes in. It's a high one, a deep one. A header one, though, by West Ham, and they can work the ball back to the right-hand side. Can they get a cross in? Looks like he knocked too much onto that, but he's done really well to get a corner from it. So more defending here for Manchester City to do. West Ham well up for this one. As the rain comes down in East London. And work for Manchester City to do. And some defending here from this corner. Corner comes in. Header won by West Ham. Collected by City in the penalty area. They think about the counter-attack. De Bruyne always just looks further ahead of him, but it's worked out well for City in the end. They try and play a ball across. The advantage is played to City on the right-hand side. Here is Cancelo inside the West Ham half. He's going to have to turn. Not the greatest pass either, and it is given away, and referee says get up to West Ham. It looked like a free kick, that one. A dodgy pass that from Cancelo. City need to wake up, and a shot comes in, and it's over the top of the crossbar. Laporte's not happy. I think he thinks it's a corner. I think West Ham will be pretty happy to limit Man City to just shots from 35 yards out from Aymeric Laporte. Looks like a corner, that. Looked like he got a finger on it. Anyway, as it is, 1-0 West Ham lead here. Not the greatest of kicks from West Ham, and West Ham wanted a free kick for Antonio making a jump, and there was no attempt by Manchester City, but not for me. He wasn't getting to that ball. Here is Bernardo now. Gives it to Fernandinho. Here's Bernardo now. Here is Grealish now. Bernardo once more. So Zinchenko. Cross comes in. Blocked. Headed clear by West Ham. Should be collected, but only as far as City on the edge of the penalty area. And City can have the ball back again in a pretty dangerous area. Bernardo Silva now to Zinchenko. He's got half a yard to put a cross in. Not the greatest cross, and that should be collected by Fabianski. And he thinks about the counter-attack. Throws it out. Here is Antonio. And Antonio goes down under the challenge of Fernandinho. And West Ham get themselves a free kick. As Fernandinho steps forward. Not a very good start, this, from Manchester City. They don't look fluent in attack, is the problem I've got. There ain't much in it from that challenge from Fernandinho, to be honest. Didn't look like there was anything in it, to be honest. Didn't look like a free kick. I think the referee's given a free kick because he's been under pressure because we've been asking for free kicks for the last couple of times there, West Ham, and he's given into peer pressure. Didn't think there was anything in that. Anyway. Chance for West Ham to cross this in. Soucek, Zuma, Rice, Antonio, all forward into the box. So defending for City to do again. It's a good set piece, headed clear by Manchester City and picked off by City as well. And they can get it into space. Here is Jack Grealish. He'll get a free kick. It's a cynical foul, and that'll be a yellow card as well for Jarrod Bowen, the goal scorer of West Ham's goal at the moment, the goal that separates these two teams. As we're now 41 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my video sponsor for today, OneFootball, link in the description, and also my pinned comment on my live chat. If you want to go and download that, it does help to support the future content created here on my channel, as we're now less than 40 likes away from 100 likes in what is Manchester City's penultimate game of the season and our final away game of the season. Man City know that they need at least a point here today. There's a poor pass forward from City, goes out of play for a goal kick to West Ham. City need to get their heads in the game. De Bruyne is not involved in this game. Cancelo's not having a great game. I think this is what's causing Manchester City problems here. Two of our more creative players aren't really being on it. Bernardo Silva's not had too bad of a game. He's He's worked the ball well from the centre to the left, but in terms of attacks coming from the right-hand side and coming through the middle, not been great from Manchester City, and that is an anxious looking away end from City now. City haven't got the all-important first goal in this game, and it always means it's going to be a difficult game when that happens. We're in for a scrap. Right now, I'll take a point. Takes us into first place, guaranteed for next weekend. Here is Zinchenko now to Grealish. Gives it to Jesus. Just about finds Zinchenko at the second attempt after nearly giving the ball away. Here is Cancelo. He's got not much support. He's done really well to actually find a pass, and it gets squared across and just about dealt with by West Ham in the end. It was Rodri running in at the near post. West Ham aren't sure about it, and so they just put it out of play for a corner rather than running a risk around their own penalty area. It was good that from De Bruyne. Rodri just couldn't control it, and West Ham just decide we'll put that out for a corner and we'll get back. Cross comes in, headed clear by West Ham. And that will go out of play for a throw into Manchester City, which Cancelo will take. Gives it to Oleksandr Zinchenko. City inside the West Ham half. The City have only had one shot on target at the moment. 8 shots, 1 on target, no goals. West Ham with 2 shots, 1 on target. And of course that goal, which was rounding Ederson. A City try a ball over the top into the box, which is headed clear by West Ham and out of play for a throw-in for Manchester City, which Jesus has a smile with Cresswell about, as I don't think that was a throw-in to Manchester City, is why he is smiling, but there we go. Throw-in taken by Manchester City. West Ham again unhappy. West Ham seem to be unhappy about everything that's happening in this game, even though they lead. I think they're just appealing and wanting anything and everything. Anyway, grow a ball forward, not the best, and Manchester City can pick it off. Here is Oleksandr Zinchenko for City now. In the centre, he's coming through, which is a good run by City. And into a little bit of space, a shot comes in and it's just wide from Jesus. That might well have been City's best opportunity of the game so far. 35 minutes in, and it's Jesus just past the post in the centre of the box. Probably should be finding the target there, in my opinion. Just wide, that one. Anyway, City picked the ball back up again. Nearly thread the pass through. Picked off, though. Bernardo Silva does well. There's an overlap if he wants to use it. He does eventually. Here is Zinchenko. Grealish cuts in. There's nothing on for him. He has to give it to De Bruyne instead. He tries to thread it through. Cut off well by West Ham. Not the greatest of touches forward from Antonio, and it is just picked off by Laporte as Fernandinho had stepped forward and he just ran past him. Fernandinho didn't want to make an interception. He knows full well it will be going into the book for any foul that he does on Antonio next, more than likely. Here is KDB now. It's a good pass from De Bruyne. Here is Zinchenko. He gives it to Jesus, twisting, turning well, and a shot comes in and it's blocked really well by West Ham. That was great work from Jesus. It's ping-ponging around and eventually picked off by West Ham, and the goalkeeper Fabianski can have hold of the ball. Jesus is doing well here. He looks up for it. I think if Manchester City can keep this intensity up and keep pushing forward like this from now until half-time for the next 9 minutes, I think we'll get a bit of joy. It's a great block there from Zuma. 40 likes now away from 100 likes, ladies and gentlemen. Long ball forward from West Ham. Straight out of play for a throw into City inside their own half, so they've got the distance. Manchester City are just going to think about coming forward again. No real press put on by West Ham, which is surprising. I have a feeling if it was 0-0, they probably would, but considering the 1-0 up, I think they're just happy to cover the space rather than allow Manchester City the opportunity to beat the initial press and find a bit of space themselves. As it is, City have got to work it sideways. And here is Manchester City now coming forward. Here's Fernandinho. Gives it to Aymeric Laporte. That's good. Here's Grealish. Have a direct run. They know he wants to go onto his right foot. Shows him onto his left. It's a deep cross. It's a good cross, though, because Mahrez can get it under control. Still inside the penalty area. Cross comes in. Headed clear by West Ham. Picked off again. And another shot low comes in from Manchester City and out of play for a goal kick. Man City just relying on deflections. Little potluck opportunities as it is. Not quite working. 38 minutes in. 7 minutes to go till we go into added on time. It was dragged by Oleksandr Zinchenko, that shot. Not the greatest of efforts. And West Ham can keep hold of their lead. I think if Man City can find an equaliser before half-time, that will serve us really well going forward into the second half. We also have to be very careful not to give West Ham another goal. I always fancy that Man City have got a goal or two in them. So you would fancy that if West Ham are to win this game, they might need a second. Long ball comes forward from City. Not a great ball forward, and Fabianski can take that from Manchester City. And City are going to have to drop a little bit deeper here as Declan Rice brings West Ham forward. City eventually trying to put the pressure on and press just inside the middle, forcing West Ham backwards. Goes forward with a long ball. Offside, goes up against Jarrod Bowen. Manchester City can have a free kick here, so 6 minutes to go. Not going to plan for Man City so far, as we're now 38 likes away from 100 likes. Here's Zinchenko now. That's a great disguised pass forward. Not the greatest pass, though, from Bernardo. And intercepted by West Ham. They can clear their lines. And the header can be won by West Ham. And City do well to win the interception. Eventually, a free kick's given to West Ham. What for? Lanzini getting a free kick. He'd already been dispossessed. Not for me, that one.
Best chance in the game with West Ham, the header earlier on in the game, and then obviously the goal.
So 5 minutes to go here until half time. Long ball forward from West Ham. Header won by West Ham. Cleared, though, by Manchester City, as they couldn't find any of their players, and Jesus goes down under a push, and Manchester City can have a well-timed free kick just inside their own half. Takes the pressure off Manchester City. It means City can build it from defence into attack, and they can move it from there, as Norwich have taken the lead away against Wolves, which is big for West Ham, cementing at least European football and a Europa Conference League place for next season. Here is Grealish into the penalty area. Bernardo now. There's no space for him. He's got to go out, back out, and intercepted by West Ham. He had no help there. Antonio can control that. He's got a lot to go against here, and he does really well to get past Fernandinho and Joao Cancelo towards the City penalty area. A cross comes in. The interception won by Manchester City. Antonio goes down. He wants a free kick. Referee says no free kick. Cleared by Manchester City. Flicked on, and City can have the football as well. Here is Jesus. He's had to drop deep to collect the ball for Manchester City, and City can come forward with it. Here is Oleksandr Zinchenko. Gives the ball to Rodri. And Man City can think about trying to build up an attack here. Here's Rodri now to Zinchenko. Here's Grealish to Zinchenko. Nearly lost out on the ball there. Showing too much of it to Lanzini. As it is, City have still got the ball. Still got another 2.5 minutes or so remaining of normal time. I suspect there'll probably be a minute added on for added on time as well. We've had the linesman's injury. We've had a goal as well. We've had a couple of fouls. I reckon probably a minute. Here's Zinchenko now, as Jesus has gone to the left wing for Man City, and Grealish has gone into like a centre forwards role, more on the left hand side, as there's a poor ball forward there from Manchester City, intercepted by West Ham, and West Ham can come forward with the ball. They're finding getting forward all too easy for my liking. They're finding space and the channels all too easy. It's good tracking back that from Jack Grealish. That's much better from a defending point of view from Manchester City, covering the gaps, tracking back, helping the team out, and winning the ball back. Much better that from Manchester City. Can they build an attack from it? Here is De Bruyne inside the West Ham half. The Jack Grealish now. He is on the left wing. He goes down and gets a free kick for Manchester City here on Kufal, in a pretty dangerous area for City to maybe even put a cross-come shot into the box. Got KDB, who's very good at that. And Man City then got a free kick. It's on the left side of the penalty area. Much better for a crossing position than a shooting position. But this is a very good opportunity, particularly you could go very quick for the near post, try and catch the keeper out. You could go for the far post as well. Could work really well here for Manchester City. Ideally, you'd put in a decent cross onto somebody's head and they can put it in. Bernardo stood over it and De Bruyne. I've got a feeling it'll be De Bruyne going, probably for power here, to try and beat the keeper. It is De Bruyne. He has a shot and it's collected by the goalkeeper, Fabianski. No touches on it, no deflections, very clean into his midsection. He catches it, it doesn't spill. You know what? I was going to criticise it, but that's not a bad idea from De Bruyne because it's raining, the pitch is greasy, the ball is greasy. Fire a shot right in at him and it could well spill out and you've got a rebound 3 yards out, centre of goal for a tap-in. So that isn't a bad idea. And here's West Ham, they're in again. Bowen, 2-0. 2-0 West Ham, and Man City here are in big bother. Man City in big trouble here. Big trouble. Disaster for Manchester City. Right on half-time. I think he's perfectly onside. I'm not even waiting for it. I think he's miles onside. He's miles onside. Man City just caught napping again. Bowen's got the pace on the Manchester City defenders. City aren't in this. It's a second shot on target from West Ham, and it's 2-0. It's a good finish from Bowen. Fernandinho, it goes through the legs of Fernandinho. I think it just blinds Ederson ever so slightly, but it's not in the corners. It's a savable shot. 18 yards out. Not into the corners. That's a very disappointing goal for Manchester City to concede. Very disappointing. And now our goal difference is sliding. We're in trouble here. We're in big trouble. We need a point from this game. We need a point from this game. Here's City into the penalty area. Good tackle. We're into the first minute added on. Obviously, West Ham's just been celebrating, so we've still got a good 30 seconds or so left of the first half. Mahrez, he's not done anything all game. Cross comes in. Headed clear by West Ham. Still should be a fair few seconds left here. Yeah, 15 seconds or so left. City have got another opportunity to cross it in. De Bruyne, it's a terrible cross. Out of play for a goal kick, and that will be half-time. This has been an awful half of football from Manchester City. An absolutely awful half of football. And Manchester City now are in big trouble here, ladies and gentlemen. They're in big trouble. If Man City don't find a point from this game, we are in bother. I can see Liverpool taking on full confidence and going out there and scoring 3 or 4 against Southampton. They'll be motivated. Southampton's got nothing to play for. A full-strength Liverpool side. They'll be putting City under pressure, and all of a sudden that goal difference drops down to within a goal or two. We're level on points, and we're literally going for a shootout with Liverpool on who can score more than the other in a game against Villa and Wolves. Both teams have got nothing to play for. Man City here are in big trouble here, and they need to sort this out for the second half, because if they don't, we do face the prospect of blowing the Premier League title away, just like we've done with the Champions League. This is just been terrible. Right, I'm gonna put some halftime entertainment on.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another drinks video. Really, this not really a cocktail. So what I'll be making is a Guinness and blue WKD mixed in together. So I'll layer on the WKD with Guinness laid on top, and I will give you my opinion on it. And I will give you my opinion on it. Is it any good? So we'll fill the glass. So we'll fill the Guinness glass half full with a blue WKD. I don't know what to think of this drink. It's an unusual combination, Guinness and blue WKD. So we'll slowly layer it on by doing a slow pour over this big spoon. Still think this is too frothy. Bloody wind. Quite a talent trying to layer on in wind. There we go. Oh, wind. I just love wind. There we go, that'll do. Cheers. Now for the most important thing. How does it taste, lads? Oh, that's unusual. Oh, that's weird, mate. Certainly tastes it. Because it's a really weird taste.
Are you keen?
It's something I drink once. It's not something I'd keep doing like that. I drink once. For me, it's probably about a 3 out of 10. I'm not really keen on it. It's like a blueberry or a raspberry Guinness taste. That's what it tastes like. Not keen because I don't think you should mix them because it's not really a nice combination. But it's up to you. That's my personal opinion. I'm not keen on it. Or it's a 3 out of 10. I wouldn't recommend this. This Guinness tastes like shit. Because it looks nice, because it's very nice to look at, don't get me wrong, with the Guinness laid on top and the blue WKD at the bottom. But the taste is just weird. Guinness and blue WKD. Strange taste. And I'm annoyed that I've kind of wasted a Guinness can on it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of it. Would you drink this? Guinness and blue WKD. Because I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixed for more videos like this. If you want to see any more combinations of Guinness, anything I've not tried, as I've done a Black and Tan before. Guinness and Lager. I've done quite a few. But I just thought I'd try that. I've seen it about and I thought, okay, that looks interesting. But that is the Guinness Blue and WKD, and I will see you guys for the next video. Cheers.
Thank you very much there to Mixed for providing today's halftime entertainment. Yes, I played it before the game. I was trying to sort out the technical issues I'm not going to be able to find another video and get all that sorted without it causing more technical issues for me. So just roll with that one. So we've had 5 minutes just to digest everything that's just happened there in the first half. West Ham firm favourites to be taking 3 points from this game. It's assists for Fornals and Antonio. It's goals for Jarrod Bowen. 2 goals there. He's on a yellow card. I think Manchester City here need to be very, very smart. They need to be learning their lessons from the Real Madrid game here. I think there's a couple of flaws that have just started to creep through that were there against Real Madrid as well. The vulnerabilities of Manchester City caught napping, not doing things properly. Both goals very avoidable from Manchester City. Maybe feeling the impact of injuries into the defence, but I just don't see how, if we had Ruben Dias playing in this game, how balls over the top that have been catching us out all season would have sorted the issues out. None have come down the right-hand side, so Kyle Walker would have been pretty ineffective in both of them goals. It's just been a very stale performance from Manchester City, but Manchester City's way of defending all comes off your ability to play the game. Manchester City's game is all about complete control, and you only take control of a football game when you take the lead. When we go behind, it's so difficult to be able to mount a comeback for how Manchester City's style likes to be. It tends to be the opposite way. Manchester City take the lead, you aren't pegging Manchester City back, and even if you can, Manchester City tend to assert the dominance and put their opportunities away, which is definitely not what has happened in this game, as the stats will show. 80% possession nearly for City, 78% possession compared with 22%. City have been 50-50 with their aerial duels won, and 51% of our duels won compared with 49% with West Ham, has shown that actually in terms of the general statistics there, Manchester City have been more than a match there for West Ham, so this doesn't fairly reflect that it is 2-0 yet. You look at the attacking stats, 13 shots from Manchester City, 2 on target, no goals, yet West Ham have had 3 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals. And that's not good enough. I know fingers tend to get pointed towards Ederson all the time, and of course, Ederson's main attribute is his ability to be is his distribution to help the Manchester City team out. But when the going really gets tough for Manchester City and the squeeze is put onto Manchester City, what you need more than anything is if there is going to be opportunities in the game, you need your goalkeeper to stand up tall. The first opportunity that came about for West Ham and the first goal with Ederson being rounded, I thought made the correct decision, narrow the angle. It was put onto a really tight angle. You've made the equation there for Jarrod Bowen, where it's going to take a very acute finish to put the ball into the back of the net. And actually, I thought the defending and being slow to read the defensive line was to blame for the first goal. And actually, I think that's to blame for the second goal as well. And I think the Manchester City backline just completely caught napping there. And everything seems to be centralising around the left-hand side and Zinchenko being targeted. I didn't think he had a very good first half. I don't think Laporte or Fernandinho's had a very good first half from Manchester City as well. I'm wondering how fit they are. And I'm wondering what changes Manchester City might be thinking of making going into the second half with that base performance. I mean, Nathan Ake's a lot quicker than what Aymeric Laporte or Fernandinho is, and considering he's on the bench, I think that would probably be my first substitution to try and shore things up a little bit more easily for Manchester City at the back. But in terms of the attack, they're not creating too much. They're having pop-look shots. They're not testing Fabianski. They're not working anything. They're not having direct runs at West Ham. They're just putting crosses and balls into the box, which West Ham's defenders are a lot bigger than Manchester City. They're going to be dealing with that every day of the week. You want to get in and around the West Ham defence, you need to be doing what Gabriel Jesus was doing at times, which is twisting and turning and just trying to make things happen, and always trying to be one step ahead of the defenders and try and get them twisting and turning and force the mistakes. And Manchester City just haven't done enough of that in the first half to warrant to mount to do anything. And at the moment, Manchester City don't deserve to be in the lead. Manchester City don't deserve to have the goal, because quite frankly, it's just not been a good enough performance. I think it always gets pointed at the defence when you concede, and the defence didn't do this and the defence didn't do that, but our offensive line, our attack isn't doing anything either, which causes me a lot of concern, because it's very near full strength from Manchester City. So I suspect if the substitutions are to be made, you're looking towards our senior attackers and Raheem Sterling and Phil Foden potentially coming on for City. And I feel like these problems that we've got today probably won't exist next season with the signing of Erling Haaland and having a striker that can compete with players like Kurt Zuma in the air, that can outpace these defenders, that can outpower them, that does have the precise finishing, that does have the pace as well. So these problems wouldn't persist. But considering West Ham have had 92 passes in this game, a pass completion rate of less than 75%, and have mustered up 2 shots on target all game in the first half, and the fact that we've made no saves and they're 2-0 up, causes me a great deal of concern, because City have had 340 passes at a pass completion rate of 92%, so everything's suggesting to Manchester City that the stats are okay in terms of that. It's just, quite frankly, our finishing's been poor. We're struggling for ideas, our creativity isn't brilliant, and we're making life very easy here for West Ham. And what Manchester City now need to be so careful about, if we just look at the live Premier League table, our goal difference is plus 70 compared with Liverpool's plus 65, with Liverpool having a game in hand. It does mean that if Liverpool score 5 against Southampton, they'll go level with Manchester City, not only on goals but on goal difference as well. And people have been speaking about a potential shootout happening. Manchester City, they just need to be so careful here. I can see Liverpool with the motivation of winning the FA Cup, and if Man City end up conceding another 1 or 2 in this game, then that is a disaster, and a win for Liverpool, a comfortable win for Liverpool midweek, could see them go top of the Premier League going into the final game. Man City, they want to avoid that scenario and get into next week and being top of the Premier League. They need to mount a serious comeback here in the second half, and they need a point. This is a huge second half coming up here from Manchester City. West Ham motivated, they want the Europa League, they've got a point to prove, they want to upset the apple cart. So Manchester City need to do so much better. Just poor. Right. I'm going to go into the live chat, see what everybody's saying. Can't access it on here on my laptop. I will access it, though, on my phone. See what everyone's saying. What's everyone's thoughts? We are 30 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by OneFootball. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date. Thank you very much there to OneFootball for sponsoring this live watch along. It is much appreciated. Go and check them out, link in the description, and also my pinned comment as well. That would be much appreciated. I'm just sorting out the live chat. I've not got my normal moderators there to help me, so I'll just sort that. Sorting that, and then we'll crack on with the second half live watch along. The big second half coming up here. Thanks very much, Busy. Appreciate the kind comment there. Don't think anyone can believe what's happening, if I'm honest. For Manchester City just seem to have imploded. Paul, thanks very much. Tuning in from Glasgow. Thanks very much for that. Much appreciated as well. Right. Going to go onto the... back onto the game now for the start of the second half. We've got the players out. I wonder what Pep said at half time there. Must have given them a roasting, surely. Surely. I mean, you've just got to say to Manchester City here, attack. All out attack. We can go. We do have kick-off for the second half. West Ham attacking from right to left, City attacking from left to right, attacking the away fans in the second half. And Man City need to do something that we don't normally do. And that is to go out there and mount a comeback. They must do that. They've got to be clinical in front of goal. That's something Manchester City haven't done. Get a goal, get back into the game. They need a goal, I'd say, first 5 or 10 minutes here of the second half. Will force West Ham onto the back foot. Will force them to defend ever so slightly deeper, but I don't think their game plan's going to change too much. Here's Grealish. Cross comes in from City, headed clear. They're attempting the crosses again. Don't get it. Don't get it, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Fernandinho. Here is De Bruyne. Tries to chip a ball into space. Cleared by West Ham. Fernandinho allows it to bounce, and he can get the pass back to Ederson now. Here is Laporte. Here's Grealish. To Rodri now. Fernandinho to Rodri. Long ball forward from City. They've done well there, City, to get hold of the ball. Here is Mahrez. He crosses the ball and out of play for a corner to Manchester City. Kurt Zouma it is. I feel like Man City need to get a goal and quick, because the longer this stays at 2-0, the more Manchester City will hit panic stations. Right, corner for City. Mahrez gives it to De Bruyne, crosses it in, headed clear by West Ham. They're dealing with every ball put into the box. When they're going to realise that crossing it just isn't the answer? Here comes another cross. Headed clear by West Ham. Rebound in, and a deflection and goal! Jack Grealish, just what the doctor ordered. A Manchester City early goal here in the second half. Pep Guardiola is saying, think and focus. 2-1 here. We're back in this. And it's Jack Grealish. Needed that. First 5 minutes, we've got the goal. We're back in this. I was saying crosses weren't working. It's the rebounds that we're looking at, and Grealish hits it on the volley. It's the deflection in the first half, where the deflection goes over the top of the crossbar. This one goes into the back of the net. 23 likes now, away from 100 likes. Everybody, any help towards that would be much appreciated. Here come Manchester City. Coming forward, hungry for another goal. Zinchenko gives it to Bernardo. Here's Rodri. Crossfield pass goes to the right-hand side. Great control by Mahrez. Threads it in. De Bruyne squared across. Grealish blocked. Good defending that from West Ham. And this is better from Manchester City. An explosive start here to the second half. And this is where West Ham now are going to sit really, really deep, particularly for the next 5 minutes. So this is where Man City really need to push and turn the crank up and get through them gears. This is well worked. Here is Jesus. Rodri now finds a bit of space. Cancelo tries to find a pass. It's not there. Right idea from Manchester City. Just too much power on it from Cancelo. West Ham go long with the ball forward. Not won by Zinchenko in the air, but thankfully goes out of play for a throw into City. I'll reiterate what I said in the first half. Zinchenko's not had a very good half of this game at the moment. This is where we feel the impact of Kyle Walker, of course, being injured, that we'd have Cancelo at left back. But not really an option for City. Here's Cancelo now. Mahrez. There's acres of space for De Bruyne. He's not gone with the ball in. He does now. Header's won by City and it's headed wide and out of play for a goal kick. 51 minutes in then. How many likes away from 100 are we? 20, ladies and gentlemen. 20 likes to go. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Let's make it another 100 like live stream. Weren't the greatest ball in that from KDB. I think Grealish needed a shout that there was a player behind him then as well, because he was always stretching and it was always going to be off balance. It was always going to go wide. Fabianski goes long for West Ham. Header won by Fernandinho. Loose ball picked off by West Ham and they can get the ball. Pep Guardiola's not happy about that. Poor pass forward from West Ham and eventually Rodri can give it to Fernandinho. Dino under pressure finds another pass back to Rodri and he can give it to De Bruyne. He's got players ahead of him. Mahrez being one of them and it's into Jesus. He's going to have to turn. He's from one way then the other. Shot comes in and it's a save. A good save from the goalkeeper and out of play for a corner. Good from Manchester City. Jesus has looked good in this game. He's been unlucky. He's dropped deeper. He's caused problems with his twisting and turning. It's good defending from Declan Rice. Mahrez with the corner. Keeper comes to collect. Fists it clear. Out to Cancelo. City choosing not to put the ball out and they can try and cross it and out of play for a goal kick. Like a corner that to me, but there we go. As Michail Antonio's down for West Ham at the moment. 53 minutes in. Physio's going to have to come on. It just takes the sting out of the game. They can waste a minute here as well. As we're 16 likes away from 100 likes now. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And also don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor OneFootball, link at the top of my description. Also the pinned comment in my chat. Cancelo's getting plenty of instructions from Pep Guardiola. A minute has been wasted by West Ham, so now they can get on with the play. Antonio's walking fine, looks okay. Surprise. West Ham go long with the ball. Fabianski. Flicked on by West Ham. Picked off by Manchester City. And City can try and build forward now. Here is Cancelo. Gives the ball to Rodri. Jesus has dropped deeper. Doesn't get the ball though. It's Cancelo. Has he been told by Pep to centralise himself a little bit more? Potentially. Here's Jack Grealish. Zinchenko to Bernardo. Gives it to Rodri now. It's a good crossfield pass to Riyad Mahrez. That's not the greatest, and the shot comes in and it's deflected. It's deflected. It's into the penalty area here for City, and another cross comes in. And it's defended well. City still got hold of the ball. Here's Zinchenko. Not the greatest pass. It weren't a bad, worst ball. And that was unlucky from Manchester City. Really unlucky. Here's Mahrez now. Here's Fernandinho. Jack Grealish now. Not the greatest ball in and out of play. It is a lot of rain, so I'd be tempted with some low crop balls in. Greasy ball might just rebound anywhere. Here's City coming forward once more. De Bruyne. Flipped up towards Bernardo. Not picked off well by Manchester City, and they can get it clear. So Kufal into the book. So free kick here in a dangerous area for Manchester City. De Bruyne stood over this. This is a dangerous area for a free kick. And a great time to find an equaliser. Obviously some concern here from Fabianski. This is a good area for Manchester City. The stadium at West Ham always makes everything seem so far out, doesn't it? Only 20 yards out, this De Bruyne. It's over the top of the crossbar, but the stadium just makes everything seem like it's just further back because the seats and everything are just so far back. But it seems like you're just miles away. Weren't the greatest free kick that from De Bruyne. So 30 minutes here for Manchester City. The bonus is we're on +6 goal difference on Liverpool with 3 points. Does mean that Liverpool, under pressure, probably need to go out and score maybe 3 or 4 against Southampton, which, I'll be honest, I'm expecting them to do that. I don't even want to think about goal difference because Man City have the chance here to get the point. The point today puts Manchester City in the position where just a win next weekend is enough to win the Premier League. And we've had a bit of leverage with being able to drop points. As Fabianski is now into the book, an hour through the game, West Ham just trying to take the sting out of the game. This is a perfect time for City now to get 2 substitutions on. Phil Foden, Raheem Sterling, get them on, get this West Ham defence with something to think about. Come sliding in West Ham. Try another ball through. Oh, whoa, what's Laporte doing? And Ederson with a mix-up. And Zinchenko's kept the ball in. And they're in West Ham. And it's into the side netting. That is a mess. Sort it out. What are they doing there? They're unlucky there, West Ham. Manchester City lucky not to concede. What on earth are Manchester City doing there? Why is Laporte, if he's unsure of where Ederson is there, not putting that ball out of play? It keeps it in. Why is Zinchenko off balance, trying to make a clearance when under pressure, and then not closed down? I think it was Bowen with the shot there. Another ball comes in over the top. Eventually dealt with by Manchester City. This defence is all over the place. And that's a terrible pass. And there's a 2-on-1 here for West Ham. Good defending from Cancelo to force West Ham to go back. The cross comes in and it's out of play for a corner. Manchester City need to sort this out. This defence is all over the place. So, corner from West Ham. Headed clear by City. It's not the greatest corner from West Ham. Don't beat the first man. And not the greatest ball forward from West Ham either. And that will go out of play for a goal kick to Manchester City. So that's the danger averted. Here's Fernandinho. Here is Cancelo. Rodri gives it to Zinchenko. Rodri once more. Dinked ball forward from City. It's not a good ball. And Mahrez has done so well to get the ball back. West Ham want a free kick. They're not getting a free kick for that. It's desperate. Here's Rodri now. Bernardo. It's a good pass to Grealish, the goal scorer for Manchester City. Here's Rodri. Into Mahrez. There's no run from anyone anywhere. So stagnant. Move. Pass and move. Where's the pass and move gone from Wolves? So good with the passing and movement against Wolves. And they're just struggling to link anything up, Manchester City. It's not the greatest pass from West Ham. And City do get the interception very well from Rodri. 27 minutes remain. Here's Laporte. Jesus took a heavy touch, but gets control of it in the end. Cancelo, there's a run from Jesus that he can't find. He doesn't attempt to either. There's space for Grealish there, and Cancelo's ran into trouble, and City have lost the ball. Ball played over the top. Should be dealt with by Fernandinho, and he sold Ederson short, and he's missed Antonio. What are they doing? What on earth was that from Fernandinho? Load of the comments now. Yeah, Fernandinho needs to get off that pitch. Antonio went for an audacious lob. Man City have got the ball back here. Fernandinho needs to get off that pitch. They're not being. Pep Guardiola said when they scored, think. They're not thinking. They're not being visually aware of what's around them. Here's Mahrez. Tries to thread one into the channel. It's done well. Mahrez with another shot. And out for a corner to Manchester City. Cross comes in from City. Headed clear by West Ham. Here is Grealish. Into the penalty area now. Cross comes in. It's a great cross! Corner Manchester City. It's a great ball that from Jack Grealish. And just a little flick from the West Ham player there. Just took it away from City. It was a great ball in from Grealish. Here's Mahrez to take. Headed clear. Doesn't beat the first man. Cancelo now to De Bruyne. Mahrez. Back to De Bruyne. Rodri. Mahrez. De Bruyne's got space. Works it to the left. Here's Bernardo. City have actually looked very good on this left-hand side. As Zinchenko whips a ball in and headed out of play. Another corner. Mahrez to take. Beat the first man. Mahrez whips it in. Headed clear. Only as far as Zinchenko. Nothing on for City at the moment. West Ham City very tight. Where's the subs? A shot comes in from Zinchenko and it's parried forward by West Ham's goalkeeper Fabianski and cleared out for a throw into Manchester City. We're now 87 likes in. 13 to go. City into the penalty area. Grealish just on the outside of the penalty area now. Trying to work a crossing position. Just cross Chester City proper in full flourishing today. Here comes City. And that's a free kick, Manchester City. Laporte's feeling his leg. Feeling the impact. Yeah, it is a free kick on Laporte from Antonio. So another crossing position for Manchester City. 22 minutes remain. Cross comes in. And it's a wicked one in! It's an equaliser and it's an own goal! 2-2 here. City have done the comeback. It's a wicked ball in. And it's flicked into his own net, I think, by Koufal. And it's 2-2 here. And how dangerous Man City have been at the back. West Ham I can see coming forward. This game is far from over. Far from over. It's a great ball from Mahrez. Get in. We've got 20 minutes here. 21 minutes. It's unlucky from Koufal. We've got 21 minutes here. Can we get a winner? City coming forward now. It's a great ball from Mahrez into De Bruyne. Edge of the penalty area. Zinchenko can't get the shots. Good defending from West Ham and they can get it clear. Antonio can pick it up. City putting Antonio under pressure. Rodri it is. He does really well to keep hold of the ball. In a foot race. It's a great challenge from Rodri and it's out of play for a throw into West Ham. That's a good battle that. Antonio's done really well in this game. $20 minutes remaining. West Ham with the ball in the Manchester City half. Cleared by West Ham. Fabianski sends it long. Header won by Laporte. Tries to get as much on it as possible. Declan Rice. Been impressed with Declan Rice. He's had a good game. He's always looked good when I've seen him. Fernandinho just puts his foot through it. Get it clear. And West Ham take the touch and it's out of play for a throw into City. Inside the West Ham half. Dawson it was with the touch that puts it out. Moyes can't believe it. The missed great opportunities West Ham have. Missed great opportunities. With the City just being so frail at the back. One big push is what City need here. At the moment, City have got a point that keeps us top of the Premier League guaranteed for next weekend. Means just a win next week. As it stands, if it stays the same, and Liverpool presume that they win against Southampton, regardless of what score it is, Man City will be top next weekend, means we just need a win against Aston Villa as it stands. City can sneak a winner here, and that makes things very interesting. Here's Fernandinho. It's a great ball. Into Jesus. He's had a good game, Jesus. Made himself really involved. Cross comes in from City. Headed clear by West Ham. Only as far as Joao Cancelo. Gives it to De Bruyne. Back to Cancelo. Tries to beat his man. Floats it into De Bruyne. Back to Cancelo. It's great play. Crossed in. Good hand on it from Fabianski. De Bruyne can't get his foot onto it, but City can gather the ball back up again. And City can come again. City got a spring in the step. Look much sharper second half. Here's Zinchenko. De Bruyne. There's lots more movement from City's midfield in second half as well. And I think that goal, perfectly timed from Jack Grealish, just gives the team that real spirit and big lift, knowing that there's one goal away from that. And City can kind of relax a little bit now, because they know that right now they've got the point. A point means it goes into next week and we need to just beat Aston Villa. I say just, but that's what we need to do. So the pressure's away. And that's a poor ball forward from City, and that goes out of play for a goal kick. Mark Noble's going to be coming on for West Ham very soon. Long ball forward from West Ham then. Beats everybody and just straight through to Ederson. Here comes Rodri now to Zinchenko. Back to Rodri. Nearly intercepted that pass, but as it is, it isn't. And City can come forward here, and there's a run of two players. If City want to use them, Cancelo has a run. Gives it to Mahrez. Drifts into the penalty area. Here's Mahrez. Can't get past his man. It's Declan Rice there. Finds the pass as well. Said I've been impressed with Rice. He's looked good. There's a reason why West Ham are asking for £150 million for him. De Bruyne plays the ball in. Intercepted by Dawson. Cleared by West Ham and into space. Grealish should get that back for Manchester City. He's got Kufal for company. Grealish now threads a ball in. Jesus looks to turn. There's no space for anybody. He'll have to go backwards. Here's Zinchenko now to Rodri. He might have a shot. Does have a shot! And it's well saved by the goalkeeper. West Ham go long through Fabianski. Cut off by Zinchenko. Rodri can get his foot onto it. And Manchester City are going to miss out on the ball here. And it's played into space. And West Ham have got the ball. Inside the City half then. Try a long ball forward. It's worked well. Here's Antonio. Cross comes in. Zinchenko can't get his head onto it. And a shot comes in. Deflected and wide. That was a big opportunity for Jarrod Bowen. He's caused City all kinds of problems in this game. And it's out of play for a corner. That was a big opportunity for West Ham. Good block in the end. Was Laporte. I don't think he knew anything about it. It's poor defending from Zinchenko. Just poor defending from Zinchenko to be beaten so easily in the air. Corner comes in. Cleared by Manchester City. Edge of the penalty area. West Ham have to take the touch and the ball comes forward. It's not the greatest ball forward. I think Bowen does well there to actually get a touch on the ball and put it out for a throw rather than a goal kick. He's injured himself doing that though. He's off the pitch though. No reason why we can't continue, in my opinion. It's taken the corner flag out. Jarrod Bowen's back on his feet. And West Ham are going to make a sub. And it is going to be Mr. Mark Noble making his final appearance at the London Stadium. His final appearance for West Ham. He's retiring, I think. So he makes his final appearance here for West Ham at home. Still, Man City don't make their subs. As we're now 13 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated, everybody. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Link in the description and also in the pinned comment on my chat if you want to go and download OneFootball. At the moment, from being 2-0 down, a point isn't bad from Manchester City at all. As Noble does come on, everyone on their feet applaud him. As Mark Noble comes on to make his final appearance at home for West Ham. Don't give away any penalties, City. I don't want any sentiments here. What I want is a Manchester City goal. As it is, goal difference for City now is 7 as it stands. And 4 points clear of Liverpool with a game to play for City. And Liverpool having a game in hand to narrow that down to 1 point with 1 game left to play. It's Lanzini that's gone off and Noble that's come on. So 13 minutes left for Manchester City here. Finally poised this game. 2 apiece. Zinchenko lets it bounce twice. Gets it clear. Only as far as a West Ham player. They fire it in. Zinchenko can get his foot onto it and get it clear once more for Manchester City. It's a better clearance from Zinchenko. It's well worked by West Ham. And Manchester City work hard to get hold of the ball. And West Ham do very well to get hold of the ball now. They've got the ball in possession in the Manchester City half on the left-hand side. Working the balls into space. Antonio's made a run. Looked offside. Too much on that pass. And it's going to go out of play for a goal kick to Manchester City. 12 minutes remaining. City in a hurry. Want the win here. Here's Fernandinho. Bernardo now to De Bruyne. Mahrez has to go backwards. Gives it to Rodri in the centre. In a little bit of space. It's a good pass into the channel for Jesus. Here is Grealish. Into the penalty area. Takes on 3, 4. Shot comes in. Rebounds. Deflects and out for a corner. You know what? Jesus and Grealish I've been pretty impressed with in this game. Grealish has had a good second half, and I've been impressed with Jesus throughout the game. He's unlucky there, Jack Grealish. And we've now got 11 minutes left to play and a corner for Manchester City. Can we complete the comeback? 2-0 down, 2-2 here at the London Stadium. Bernardo and De Bruyne stood over it. De Bruyne goes to the edge of the penalty area. Not enough on it, headed clear. Only as far as a City man. Hook it back in. Controlled by West Ham. They can lever it clear. Not a great ball forward. And Ederson will pick that one off. And he will volley it clear into the stands for a throw into West Ham. Not happy there, Pep Guardiola. So throwing by West Ham. They go backwards. Zuma has to go back to goalkeeper Fabianski. Good pressure being put on by Gabriel Jesus, forcing them to go long. Headed clear by West Ham, flicked on and picked off by City. City into the West Ham half now. Bernardo gives it to Rodri. He does well eventually to get the ball and find the pass. Here is Mahrez. Gives it back to Rodri. Here is Bernardo. Back to Mahrez. Here's Rodri. Fernandinho. 10 minutes left to play. Final 10 minutes here of this game. 2 apiece. Fernandinho. Gives it to Rodri. Bernardo Silva. On the right-hand side. Drives into the penalty area. Nothing much on for him. Here's Mahrez now. Gives it to Cancelo. Gets a deeper cross in towards Grealish. Too much on it. Grealish will keep it in, though. He's got Kufal and Bowen for company. Here is Zinchenko. Chooses not to put a cross in. Rodri will float a ball to the right-hand side. And Mahrez now. Not much movement from the City in the middle. So he has to drift across and back to Zinchenko on the left-hand side. Here is Grealish. He looks most likely to make anything happen, Grealish. Gives it back to Jesus. Here is Zinchenko now. Edge of the West Ham penalty area. Everyone back here for West Ham. Defending to do. Cross comes in. Headed clear by West Ham. Weren't the best of crosses that from Manchester City. In the end, West Ham can pick it off. And they can get the ball. Only to be dispossessed. Here is De Bruyne. He can't find the pass. Nearly intercepted once more. Picked off by Cancelo. Here is De Bruyne now. Can go down the left-hand side. Gives it to Grealish. Be nice to get some subs, Pep. Here is De Bruyne. Gives it to Fernandinho. Oh, he's in space here. Have a shot. He does, and it's dragged him wide. Right, guys, 9 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated.
City and to football in general. Governor General of a player.
Here's Man City coming forward once more. 8 minutes. Liverpool will be watching this with a keen eye. Hoping for a West Ham winner. Gives them every chance. City now can get a goal here. And then we're in a great position. Jesus goes down. He wants a penalty. Referee's not going to give that. He can't believe it, Jesus. I thought the one in the first half looked more stonewall than that one. City surrounding the referee now. And Kufal down injured. Let's have a look. Not enough in it for me. Look. Oh. Ooh. That's a penalty. That should be a penalty, Manchester City. Dawson just steps across Gabriel Jesus, takes his leg, and that's a pen! That to me is a pen. City aren't happy about this. They feel like it was a pen. They should have had one in the first half. This should be another. Referee's waiting for the instruction from VAR. Referee's just telling the players to go away. Yeah, he's going to go and have a look at the screen. VAR have asked the referee to go and look at the screen. So what's the referee going to decide here? The referee's gone over to the screen to look for a potential penalty for Manchester City in the 84th minute. Jesus Kufal it is, the man that scored the own goal. Puts his leg across Gabriel Jesus and Jesus goes down. The referee will be asking to have a closer look at that one. I mean, they need to show him the angle. Show him the angle of the closer look where you clearly see him put his leg across. There's a closer view. Show him the closer view, not the far out one. What's the referee going to give? Yeah, overturned. Penalty Manchester City. This is huge. This is massive. This is massive here. Penalty City. This needs to go. Who's going to take this? De Bruyne? Mahrez? Mahrez? It's Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez. Come on, Riyad. The Algerian king. Up against Fabianski. Come on, Riyad. Massive opportunity this from the penalty spot. Come on, Riyad. My hands can't keep straight here. This is... Come on. Come on, Riyad. Massive this for Manchester City. To complete the comeback. Mahrez against Fabianski. Whistle goes. Saved! It's saved! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, I don't believe it! I don't believe it! Nope, it's fine. The referee is speaking about as the goalkeeper come off his line early. He hasn't, it's fine. Yeah, it's saved. It's a good save. It's not a terrible penalty from Mahrez. It's just at a good height for the keeper. It needs to be low if he wants to go there. Come on, 4 minutes. Corner Manchester City. It's okay. Come on. Belief. 4 minutes. What would have done to have a Balotelli or a Yaya just when it's there at that moment. Corner comes in. Headed clear by West Ham. Rodri against Koufal. Free kick given to West Ham. Koufal will feel a sigh of relief there. Fabianski's just kept Liverpool, giving them their lifeline. I can understand Mahrez taking it. He's normally, when Mahrez steps up, he delivers for Manchester City. It's just you always remember the ones because every time he steps up, it's massive and it's in their moments. It's a good save from the keeper. It's a good save from the goalkeeper. And Man City can get it clear. It's okay. Heads in the game. Keep thinking. Be smart. 88th minute. Here's West Ham into the penalty area. Cross can't come across, and Man City can get it clear. Only as far as out for a throw in West Ham. Ball comes over the top. Should be cleared by Manchester City. Antonio can pick it up, though. And out for another throw into West Ham. They've got it in the right area, right next to Manchester City's penalty area. 88 minutes in. And work here for Manchester City to do. So a long throw from West Ham's going to come in. So some work for Manchester City to do with the defending. Long throw comes in. Headed clear by Manchester City. Should be picked off as well by City. City can even think about the counter-attack if they can get the pass right. Here's Cancelo to Mahrez. He wants to go down and gets a cheap free kick there for Manchester City. That's well bought from Mahrez. That's well bought. Man City just need to just keep calm. The last thing we need to do is a disaster is concede. As we're now on to the nervous 90s. We're 7 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. 7 likes to go. You always feel like with the penalties and left footers, they're going to drag it across. They're always going to go that way. Which is much more readable for the goalkeeper. If you're going to go that way, it needs to be in the bottom corner. It needs to be lower. It needs to be high. So a good height is my only criticism of the penalty. That low goes into the bottom corner. The keeper doesn't get down there. He might even get a little hand onto it, but it'll still go into the back of the net because he's gone at the height of the goalkeeper. He's a big goalkeeper, Fabianski. He's not a midget, is he? Cross comes in from City, cleared. So it needs to be precise. I mean, penalties have never been Man City's strong point, realistically, has it? As Manchester City can come away with the ball. We've got 30 seconds left of normal time. Here's Bernardo Silva. Jack Grealish now. Gives it to De Bruyne. Oh, that's a good pass into the channel. Zinchenko's got hold of it. He wants to have a shot. It's not the right decision. And it's picked off by the goalkeeper. And that will take us into normal time done. We've got added on time left. Not been a happy hunting ground, the London Stadium for City this season. They knocked us out in the Carabao Cup here when we drew and went to penalties. It's 4 minutes added on. We're dropping points at the moment. Headed clear by Manchester City. It's picked off by City. Here's Laporte. It's been a much better second half performance from City. They've had their opportunities. And you'll be thinking because of the penalty they should have won this game. But this result at the moment keeps it in Man City's hands. It's very simple. Beat Aston Villa next week. We're Premier League champions. Here's Mahrez. Good floated ball to Grealish. Still got 3 minutes left here. Chance for either team to get a goal, but time is running out. Zinchenko with a cross. Flicked on by Manchester City and out of play for a goal kick. How many likes are we on to now? Still got 5 likes to go here, ladies and gentlemen. 5 likes to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Lastly, go and check out today's video, sponsored OneFootball, link in the description, and also in my pinned comment on the live chat, as Ben Johnson's going to come on here for West Ham with Pablo Fornals coming off. It waits a few more seconds here. What it means is Liverpool must win midweek. A draw, the goal difference is probably going to be too much to overturn. So they have to win. Here's Fernandinho moving the ball well here for Manchester City. De Bruyne plays it into the channel. Mahrez can't control it. West Ham just lever it clear towards a shaky Fernandinho against Antonio. And Antonio does well and gets what should have been, he thought, a free kick. I thought the referee was going to give a free kick, but I think a throw-in's been given to Manchester City instead. He shouts at the referee. There's 2 minutes left here of this game. Liverpool's eyes are on this. Man United's eyes will be on this as well because of the Europa League, although I'm not sure Man United won't really care about that. West Ham care about that more than United do, but United won't want to drop into the Conference League because it's embarrassing for them. But City's eyes and West Ham fans obviously eyes here as well. Lots of permutations, lots of questions getting answered. City in a good position. Here is Bernardo. Grealish now into the penalty area. Minute and 15 seconds left. Bernardo crosses it in. Headed clear only as far as Cancelo. He drills it back across. Should be picked off by Bernardo, and it is another opportunity, but time is running out. Here's Grealish. He had Bernardo Silva to use. He didn't use him, and he should have. Here is Zinchenko. Laporte. Gives it to Bernardo. He wants more help. Gets it from Laporte. He crosses it. It's not the worst ball in. Headed clear by West Ham. Only as far as Cancelo. Ball is at the right end of the pitch for City. 40 seconds left. Cancelo. Shot comes in, blocked by West Ham, and Antonio can't get hold of the ball. Manchester City have given the ball away here, and here's Bowen. Jesus is the tactical foul here. He claims he's got the ball. He's claimed he's got the ball here, and he's going to go into the book instead. He can't believe it. He cannot believe it, Jesus. And that will mean Manchester City are dropping points here, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about, are we getting a point or are we losing this game now? Because there is a free kick for West Ham with a chance for them just to drill the ball in. He gets the ball there, Jesus. The problem is he goes on the back of Bowen. There's a time when that was a very good challenge. As 4 minutes is up, Antonio has been given the man of the match here. I think my JSGC man of the match is going to go to... Oh, it's a difficult one, this one. I've been impressed with Jack Grealish. I think Jesus has had a good game. Jack Grealish has got the goal that got City back into this. So I'm going to give it to Jack Grealish. Kufal's own goal, of course, getting City the equaliser. Yarmolenko, Ukrainian, comes on. Go up against Zinchenko, his Ukrainian teammate. There's maybe one last opportunity here for West Ham. I mean, if they choose to play this, I've got a feeling the referee will blow the final whistle. But if they boot a ball into the box to do a bit of defending, then anything could happen. They are, yeah, Man City's gone with a very high line. So last bit of defending for Manchester City to do in this game. West Ham have got a three men back to help avoid a counter-attack in case referee's going to add anything on. But we're now a minute over time here. Cross comes in. Should be cleared by Manchester City through Fernandinho. Referee's playing in added on time. Here's Cancelo. Time is up. Man City look pretty set with the point, although they can work the ball to the left. Here's Zinchenko. Liverpool will be furious if Manchester City score now. Here's Jack Grealish into the penalty area. Last opportunity then. Cross it in. Zinchenko. Cross it in! Cross does come in. There's nobody there. Flicked on. And there is the final whistle. We will more than likely then, ladies and gentlemen, go to the final week of the Premier League season. It is an important point for Manchester City here. It's a very, very important point from Manchester City. And I say that because it means Man City will be top. We will be top going into the final game of the season. We did miss the penalty to have potentially won this game, but we could easily have lost this game. In the end, we've drawn this game. It's not the worst result in the world. It's not the greatest result in the world. It does keep things in Manchester City's hands. It does mean we can just keep an eye now on what Liverpool do in midweek, because they're in a must-win position. They drop points against Southampton, and Manchester City virtually have their hands on the Premier League trophy. They must win and put Manchester City under pressure going into that final game. But everything's out of Liverpool's hands now, and it more than likely will go to the final game. Manchester City have to do it. And what Manchester City have to do is go out there and win that game next week against Aston Villa. Aston Villa have got nothing to play for other than the chance to spoil. It's got QPR game written all over it. High stake, high pressure games. Liverpool I've got Southampton midweek, so I'm going to first and foremost send my best wishes down to Southampton on the south coast. Come and do us a favour. Southampton beat Liverpool in midweek. Manchester City mathematically are Premier League champions. Goal difference now is completely irrelevant, so we don't even have to speak about goal difference. We've put ourselves in a position where the maths is very simple. We have to wait to see what Liverpool do, but we win next week. We win the Premier League. We just have to match whatever Liverpool do. We're on 90 points. We've got a chance now to go on to 93 points, which will win us the Premier League, as Liverpool can't finish on any more than 92. Considering we're 2-0 down and I'm saying City might have blown it, well, there we go. We haven't, and we've put ourselves into a position where we came back. We're unlucky. Could have won the game. Maybe should have won the game. Could have lost the game. Should have drawn the game. Could have drawn the game. We have drawn the game. I don't know why we've not made any subs. Who knows? We've got a week now to recover and focus and go against Aston Villa. I think we should go out there and whirlwind Aston Villa. What a massive game. But all eyes need to be on St. Mary's. That's the big game. Tuesday night, keep an eye on that. City have got one of two opportunities to become Premier League champions. The first comes on Tuesday. If Liverpool win that game, which I am expecting, then it will all come down to a Sunday showdown where we've got Aston Villa, where it's very simple. Beat Aston Villa, we're Premier League champions. In the end, what could have been, it is a good point for Man City, as Dad says there. So, thank you, everybody, for watching. It is much appreciated. Do make sure you have subscribed. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Aiming for 25k subscribers, less than 1,500 subscribers away. We're more than likely having a massive showdown next weekend. You don't want to miss it with all the build up to that. So please do subscribe if you haven't already. We will have a live watch along of that game, of course. Also, don't forget as well to make sure you have checked out my social media links in the description below and also on the yellow banner. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, my email also in the description below and on the yellow banner too if you want to follow me. If you want to hit me up, for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries, let me know your thoughts post-match. Is that a good point for Manchester City or not? Let me know in the live chat and why. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball, link in the description and also in the live chat. It's my pinned comment in the live chat if you want to go and download OneFootball. I would appreciate anybody checking that out. Anyone that does do that does help to support the future content created here on my channel. I have got my promo video which I'm going to roll for you guys right now. Helps if I don't press the wrong button. Here's the promo video now. I love being live. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date. So thank you very much there to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. It is much appreciated. I've got a goal of things go wrong live, haven't you? Lastly, yes, 100 likes. We've hit 104. Maybe we can hit 110 in the post-production. Thank you, everybody, for that. That is much appreciated. Big legends to everybody that has left a thumbs up and everyone that has interacted and joined in and downloaded OneFootball using my link, and everyone that's commented and everyone that's interacted with me. It is much appreciated. We're all Southampton fans now on Tuesday night. Spurs fan, no idea what you've on about there with bottling. We were 2-0 down, got it back to 2-2, all in our own hands. We know what it takes to be in these positions. We've done it in 2012. We've done it in 2014 to go and win the Premier League title. But then again, what did Tottenham Hotspur know about winning Premier League titles? There we go. Loving it. Loving it. Loving it. Could have been better. Could have been worse. In the end, in our own hands. Tuesday night. Keep your eyes out for the Liverpool game, and we'll be back next weekend for a massive extravaganza as we build up towards the end of the Premier League season. Will we already be champions? Will we be going to become Premier League champions? Will Liverpool become Premier League champions? The permutations are so high. So there we go. That's what we've got going on at this game. Just going to do a quick analysis of this game and go through the other scores from around the grounds. And we're going to end it there so I can do my match review for you guys, which will be up within the next hour. So looking at the stats for this game. Goals today, 24 minutes. Jarrod Bowen with an assist for Pablo Fornals. And then just before half-time, Jarrod Bowen doubled West Ham's lead through Michail Antonio's assist. Jack Grealish got Manchester City back into it in the 49th minute for an assist for Rodri. Then Kufal with an own goal with a wicked ball in from Riyad Mahrez, of course. So before you start criticising Riyad Mahrez for his missed penalty, his cross in for that own goal was a brilliant ball into the box. Without that, we don't get the point that's needed here to go on and have it in our own hands, potentially for the Premier League title. So Kufal's own goal on 69 minutes got Manchester City back into the game. And then VAR gave Manchester City a penalty. Gabriel Jesus was brought down by that man Kufal that got the own goal. And then Fabianski comes up with a big save, keeping Liverpool's hopes alive. Jarrod Bowen voted best player and man of the match here. Michail Antonio was voted by the West Ham fans. Jarrod Bowen, if I was going for an overall West Ham player, was their best player in my opinion, grabbing a brace and causing Manchester City all kinds of problems. I was very impressed today with Gabriel Jesus up top for City. I was impressed also with Jack Grealish and getting Manchester City back into this game with a much needed, well-timed goal. He gets my JSGC man of the match. In terms of possession, stayed at near enough what it was like for the first half. 78% possession for Manchester City and 22% for West Ham. Duels won 56% for Manchester City and 44% for West Ham. Aerial duels 50% each. One offside for West Ham, none for Manchester City. 4 corners for West Ham and 9 for Manchester City. In terms of attacking stats, 6 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals from West Ham. Man City with 31 shots in total, 8 on target. That's a poor return. That's what we need to be working on for next week with 2 goals. Not great. Block shots, 1 for West Ham, 13 for Manchester City. No shots onto the woodwork. 20 shots inside the box and 12 outside the box for Manchester City. 4 shots inside the box and 1 outside the box for West Ham. Defensive stats, 10 tackles for Manchester City at a tackle completion rate of 70%, which was very good. 9 tackles from West Ham at a tackle completion rate of 67%. Sorry. Clearances, 38 clearances for West Ham compared with 10 for Manchester City and 11 interceptions compared with 5 for Manchester City. Distribution distribution, 183 passes from West Ham. We've drawn against a team and we've conceded 2 with a team that's had less than 200 passes at a pass completion rate of less than 67%. It's pretty disappointing, but it could have been worse. Manchester City, 662 passes at a pass completion rate of a decent 91%. 12 crosses attempted by West Ham at a cross completion rate of 41%, which is very good. Man City attempted more than 3 times as many crosses. 39 crosses attempted by City at a cross completion rate of just over 15%. Shocking. Anyway, discipline, 9 fouls by West Ham, 3 yellow cards, 5 fouls for Manchester City and 1 yellow card. Yellow card today went to Jarrod Bowen, Kufal and Fabianski, and Manchester City's only yellow card went to Jesus for his challenge at the end. Permutations then means that Manchester City sit top of the Premier League title with 1 game left to play. We're 4 points clear of Liverpool, who've got their game in hand against Southampton. If Liverpool lose that game, Man City are Premier League champions. If Liverpool draw that game, then goal difference could still be important, but to overturn 7 goals in 1 game is going to be very difficult unless Liverpool decide to go out there and go and score 6 or 7, which could still happen, but I doubt it. And the much simpler equation is Manchester City win next weekend. We do that, we're Premier League champions. As simple as that. For West Ham, they're in 7th place. Does keep Manchester United in a Europa League place. They're 2 points clear of West Ham. Manchester United are. West Ham are 5 points clear of Wolves in 8th place. They're 8 points clear of Leicester in 9th place. Leicester have got 2 games left to play. It does mean West Ham have cemented European football for next season, guaranteed to finish 7th, so they'll be playing potentially in the United lose and West Ham win next weekend. And just going round the grounds for the Premier League today, as we've had near enough a full calendar of fixtures. It is Tottenham Hotspur 1, Burnley 0 finished, Aston Villa 1, Crystal Palace 1 finished, Leeds 1, Brighton 1, and a big point for Leeds at the bottom.